Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Talks. I'm your host, Brady Carducci, and today on the show I have two very special guests. They're both Toronto rappers and artists. Welcome to the show, Reeko and Kysean.
What up, man?
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys.
How you doing?
So I'm really excited to really sit down with you guys, talk about some music. I know you got some new music releasing soon, and a couple other topics that we'll dive into around Toronto hip hop scene and media outlets and stuff like that. So I'm really excited, but I wanted to ask you, because you've been on the show before, we've sat down, we've talked. So anyone who hasn't checked out that interview, you guys can go to our YouTube page and check that out, get a little background on Kysean. But man, it's been probably six or 7 months since we sat down. What have you been up to? How you doing? Kind of give us the rundown.
I've just been stacking up on music.
There you go.
So I don't go ghost again, because I have a tendency to put out music and then, hide for a bit. So now I have a bulk of music to drop for you guys. And the first batch is with my homie Reeko, 4-song EP. So we're excited to put that out soon. And we're aiming to put it out in April.
Okay.
So, it's a vibe.
The fans will be eating soon.
Yeah, you guys will have your stuff soon. I just been trying to make sure you guys get the best music from me and work on certain things that I was lacking before artistically. And, that's about it.
Awesome. Now, the last EP you dropped was your Jordan EP back in February. What, for fans who hear that project and then, they're going to be gearing up to hear this new one, did you do any experimentation in terms of sounds, work with anybody new? What's different from the Jordan year to this project you're going to be releasing?
Jordan year EP was kind of like a quick thing I did because I just wanted you guys to have new music. Mm-hmm. But this EP, we just kind of break rules. Like we've meshed the R&B trap vibe.
Okay.
Very well. So you guys will hear when it comes out, and definitely just tried some new things as far as the production goes. Shout out Nick. Sorry, LaGill.
Okay.
Shout out LaGill for the production and stuff like that. My homie Urban from Detroit. Shout out Urban, and shout out Reeko.
Shout out Reeko, definitely. So how did you guys get linked up for this project? Like, where did the idea stem from to kind of do a collab album, R&B and trap combining together? Mob Ties, okay, Drake.
To be honest, I think I knew him back in when I was in high school. We did a song together.
Okay.
It's garbage.
It was terrible stuff. But I think over the years we kind of just kept some type of, I wouldn't say a close relationship, but we knew of each other. We both did music.
Okay.
And it just kind of got to a point we're the two hottest people in our city, so why not link up and make history?
100%. Now, did you guys collabed on that initial song? Have you guys done anything else prior? Or I guess it's kind of the first time. How was it working with each other in the studio? Was the vibe good? You guys didn't get on each other's nerves too much, I hope.
You take that one, man.
Get a little quiet.
Honestly, us in the studio it's a vibe. We work really well together as far as we go in there, we know what we want to talk about. Mm-hmm. We exchange ideas back and forth. There's no ego, there's no stubbornness.
That's good.
Some people I'm very picky with who I work with, Mm-hmm. But if I do work with someone, there has to be that click, that vibe has to go for sure. There's definitely some frustrations in the studio though, with just technical difficulties, but other than that,
it's usually pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw you've been working a lot with your boy D Frazier. Is there any
Shout out DF.
Shout out DF.
Hey, that guy. He's mastered a few records for me that are coming out.
Okay.
DF's a monster.
He's definitely definitely on the production stuff. He kills it. In terms of messaging, a little bit what the EP is going to be about. Is there a specific message or vibe that you guys are going for, or kind of just putting your two heads together and kind of creating some music?
I think it's just coming up with some hits. I think we have 4 solid
songs.
Hits.
Okay.
Hits, not even songs, hits.
Okay.
Top to bottom,
there we go.
1 through 4, it's just a non-stop vibe. I think that was kind of the goal going into it, and I think we executed pretty well.
Awesome. Now, a song that you released recently I wanted to talk about real quick was your War remix to the Drake song. I wanted to touch on that because you just released that. So, why did you decide to remix that song? And I know you addressed a lot of stuff on that song in particular. So, why did you feel that was the song to kind of take a direct approach and kind of display how you're feeling?
The beat is very dark, and I feel right now the city is in a really dark time.
Yeah,
a lot of weird shit going on. I don't know why, but I just felt all the things I said, I really like hit certain topics as far as like what's going on in Toronto. And I was just having fun with it too at the same time. You know, I wasn't really like taking it too serious, but I definitely had a message in that song. So if you haven't heard it, go stream it. Or you can't even stream it because, you know. But go on my Instagram or SoundCloud, you'll find it.
Okay. I want to touch on that though, because that's a good point. You say, you know, there's a dark time in the city. It's, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of gun violence, a lot of, you know, just a lot of things that, you know, aren't really the best. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. What do you guys think? Obviously, you know, I'm sure you guys have some thoughts about that. So, yeah, any thoughts on gun violence, especially with the younger generation? Anything you guys want to say about that? It's gonna get a whole lot
worse before it gets any better.
Listen, man, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
I just want to win.
Yeah.
I don't have no problems with nobody. Nobody has no problems with nobody. I just want to make money and leave here. If y'all gonna be shooting each other, killing each other, like
yeah,
we're music guys, man. At the end of the day,
we make music.
No,
that's what we're here to do. You know, just stay out the way and just make our M's and you know do what we do.
Make music, man.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good. But like in terms of, you know, because media and stuff, your different blog pages, they'll definitely give a lot of, you know, both the good side of the city and the bad side of the city. So what's your guys' relationship with a lot of the media outlets? Do you guys think that them giving a lot of attention when it comes to, you know, some of the negative things is kind of just harmless entertainment, or do you feel, you know, it's having an effect on the culture and how people move in the city?
Honestly, it's like, I can understand people getting frustrated with like the blogs posting certain like politics in the streets and certain messy things that are going on in the city. I personally have a good relationship with most of the blogs out here.
Yeah.
But one thing people don't really look at is the fact that these guys can't post anything negative if you don't post anything negative.
Yeah.
They're getting their footage, what they post from somewhere. Someone's posting it first, and then they're taking it. You know what I'm saying? Like people are screen recording lives and stories and stuff like that. So like, it really starts off with us. You know, if we're giving them the mix up to put up on Instagram, that's their job. You can't get mad at the newsman for reporting the news.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like even us like viewers, I know I'm guilty of it too, like even leaving a comment or like reposting it, we're kind of like, I guess like in a way like we're almost feeding into it and making it, you know, kind of giving them that clout and giving them that shine as well. So I feel like us as the viewers also have, I guess, a little bit of a responsibility to, you know, share positive things and share things that we believe in as well. So
yeah,
I think that's important as well.
The negative, all the weird shit right now gets everyone going. People want to share it and whatever, they talk about it. But at the end of the day, it's like, even the consumer is sharing it, they have their responsibility, but the people who initially post things and that initially do whatever is being shared to post online, like they have their responsibility. Like if you have a problem with somebody, you should think about like, is this worth me going on social media to put this up? Because you know what's gonna happen once you say certain things on social media.
Yeah.
If I have a problem with you, I'm not going on social media.
Yeah.
You're saying like, what?
You don't need to make it public. If you have a, you know, a problem with something, you deal with it privately.
Yeah, deal with that privately. I'm not saying anything to you on Twitter or the gram. Like, we don't do that. Like, I don't know what that is.
Weird shit, fam.
100%. Now I want to get your guys' thoughts on like the Toronto's hip hop scene in terms of like the development of up and coming artists. I think it was SoundCloud. They hosted like a creators forum a couple weeks ago. So where, you know, they had a couple of label execs from Warner. I think Just John was there. So there's a lot of panel events, kind of just an event where people can go to network and kind of, you know, showcase their stuff and whatever, make connections. So do you think that, at least from what I've seen, there's a little bit more of an effort of big brands like Spotify, SoundCloud to host these bigger events to kind of give an opportunity to make connections for up and coming artists? Do you think, I mean, you guys are artists yourselves, do you think now there's more resources for you guys in the city to really help you guys kind of take your career to the next level, or do you think it's still lacking?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, compared to what I guess they had before, before this era, for sure, there's a lot of outlets. You just gotta find your way to move around, you know? I feel like at this point now, if you're in the city and you do music and you don't make it, like it's on you.
Yeah,
it's not like there's no
responsibility.
It's not like there's no infrastructure for us to move up and go where we need to go. But it's kind of like it's about you making the right moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Do you feel the same way?
Indeed.
Okay. Awesome. So I also wanted to talk a little bit about some advice and stuff? Because obviously, you know, you guys have both been in the industry for a while. So for those up and coming artists, people who are just starting out, do you have, guys have any, you know, nuggets of wisdom or things that you guys have learned, maybe mistakes that you guys have made that, you know, the people who are just starting out shouldn't make or should be wary of?
If you're just starting out, if you're like just beginning to like put out music or whatever, make sure your business is right first.
Okay.
Get your business. I know it doesn't sound fun, but trust me, like, you don't know when you're gonna take off. You know, once something's out, it has a possibility of going viral. It has a possibility of catching. Make sure your business is right first, because you don't want to have to be scrambling trying to get things in order after. Besides that, stay out of problems.
Yeah.
Because like, if you have homies you're with that are doing certain things, because right now in Toronto, that's what's going on. Like, people are connected to a lot of stuff, and people end up getting caught up in a mess that they shouldn't be in. But if you're trying to be an artist for real, like, watch your surroundings. If you have real friends, they should understand why you're not around certain settings and why you're kind of distancing yourself from certain things. And if they can't respect that, then they're not your homies. It's really all it is.
Yeah. Now, how do you, I want to, because, you know, I feel like there's also that dynamic, for example, managers and people, you know, accountants and stuff of quote unquote taking advantage of the artist because, oh, you know, they're an artist, they don't know the business side, which is not true at all. A lot of artists know the business side of the industry. So how do you guys make sure that, you know, when you're taking on a manager, you're bringing in someone who's trying to help your career, that you're picking the right person? Like, are you trying to, you know, find connections and people that may know this person to check them out, or how are you guys kind of picking the people that you surround yourself with?
You want me to answer?
Yeah, you go ahead.
The first thing, as far as management, like, you don't ever want to get a manager that's knocking on your door after you have like had some career milestone, you know what I mean? Because like, that's someone that just found out about you and they're trying to benefit off of you. It's not really someone that really like believes in you. Like, when you get a manager, it's gonna be someone that fully believes in you from the rip. Like, they've heard from like where you started, and they wanna see you develop into what they believe you can develop into as like a full-fledged artist or a star or whatever the case may be. So you want to make sure you're not hiring someone as your manager that's just like a clout chaser or just trying to eat off of you. Like, that's not really what the relationship should be. Yeah, everyone's gonna make money in the business, but they have to have your best interests at heart, like really want to see you win. So just keep your eyes open for that. And as far as, what was the other part of the question?
No, you answered it, but in terms of, I guess, you know, not just managers, but like your friends, and, you know, like, how do you make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people? And then have you had any times where, you know what, you've had to cut some friends off because they were either bringing you down, or that energy that you guys weren't on the same vibe or that same wavelength, where, you know what, I gotta distance myself from you for my own benefit and my own success at the end of the day?
Yeah, those situations, you just have to do what you have to do, because at the end of the day, like, everyone has their family and their friends they want to take care of, you know? And in order to do that, you need to be successful. And in order to be successful, you can't have time to entertain clown shit. And if you entertain clown shit, you're most likely a clown. Take yourself out the circus, you know what I mean? Like, take yourself out the circus for real, because I'm not into the clown shit. And a lot of stuff doesn't get my attention. Like, a lot of things that people respond to online, or like what a group of friends may respond to and go do something stupid and get themselves into trouble, like, I don't respond most of the time. Like, what is really important to you? Like, my success in my life, and then all the bullshit is like somewhere, like, I don't even care.
Yeah, so I also feel like too, it's like, you know, when you respond or you give that person the attention that they're seeking for, you're almost stooping down to their level, and that brings you down at the same time. Have you had, you know, do people, you know, do you find that they try and bait you into stuff just to get a rise out of you, like stuff like that? Yeah. Because, you know, they know you have a platform and everything like that, so I can imagine that can be pretty frustrating at times,
man.
You know?
People try and test me all the time, but, you know, you have to just keep composure, because, like, when it came to me and my personal situations with my friends, I have friends, you know, they have their own lifestyle. They do their own things. But when I distanced myself from those people, they understood. Because those are really my friends. Like, you know what I mean? If there's real love there, they're going to understand the circumstances. Like, look, like, Kysean's doing this is his vision. And if they really love you, they're not going to put you in harm's way. They're not going to make you risk your career and what you see for yourself because of the friendship. Like that's not really what a friendship is. You know what I mean? So,
or they're not gonna sell you out, or they're not gonna put you in incriminating or you know, any situations where that you can get yourself compromised.
Yeah,
you know?
no incriminating situations.
Exactly. Yeah, no, 100%. Now, actually, I want to talk about your performances because I've seen you perform live, and you know, you guys. I mean, you bring a lot of energy to performances. Definitely,
Thanks,
no, 100%. I wouldn't lie to you. You know, it's the truth. I really enjoy watching you perform. So I want to talk about maybe what your approach is. Both you guys, what your approach is on stage when you guys are performing. You guys have specific routines that you guys do getting on stage, and for anybody who maybe hasn't seen you guys perform before, what can they expect when they come to a show?
Boy.
It's a bit of a loaded question, but I think it's an important part of music in general.
I think for me, I feel like every show is a chance to like capture a new fan, right?
Okay,
if you're in a room with 500, 600 people, that's your chance to capture these 600 people and make sure they go home and start following your career, you know? So I really feel like it's all about introducing yourself the right way, bringing that energy and just leaving a mark, you know?
Definitely.
What do you think?
I agree with that, yeah.
Indeed. Like for me, like I shake off the nerves before I go on stage. I wanna go on stage, capture a new fan, and leave a mark, like leave an impression, you know? I want you to go home and remember, like, even if you don't know who I am and you came to the show, it's like, whoa, yo, that guy was like, he had this, like his music is fire, his energy's fire, I interact with the crowd, stuff like that. And I'm not nervous on stage. Like, one thing I've realized for myself is that the nervousness comes from you possibly making a mistake on stage. You wanna give the best performance as possible, right? So like when I go on stage, and my nerves are like, I shake them off, it's because in my head, I'm trying to have fun as well. So I'm gonna perform to the best of my ability, but I'm not really focused too much on the critiques of like people in the crowd. Like once you start to focus on how they might look at you, or like they're not vibing right away, they're not warmed up yet, especially if you're opening for a bigger artist, you gotta do that yourself and feel comfortable. Usually with my experience, once I start feeling comfortable on stage, I look in the crowd and everyone's comfortable with me, everyone's having a good time, because I'm not like, I don't want to pay attention to the one in the crowd or few people in the crowd that are playing too cool. Because I've had those situations where I see a group in one section of the crowd and they're just like this, and then the other part of the crowd is like trying to get into it, but it's like the energy's kind of off. And then eventually, I just start focusing on the crowd, the part of the crowd that's really vibing and trying to get to a level with me, and I look at the other part of the crowd like, you guys came here for...
To stand still.
Okay, but I'm gonna have fun with these people over here, so you guys can just fuck off, whatever.
Well said, no, definitely. Now, in terms of, because obviously, when the first time you perform, that's probably a pretty daunting experience, and you don't have that past experience. So how long did it take you guys to really get comfortable being on stage? Is it a constant work in progress? Are you like altering, kind of the way you walk out, maybe the graphics you put, how you design your set, what songs you perform? Is it kind of a constant thing that you're critiquing, or how does that work for you guys?
For me, I've been performing since I was a little kid, so at this point, it's kind of just like second nature. I kind of just know how to work my way around crowds and rooms, and that's pretty much my answer. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely same thing. And as far as production and like stage setting and stuff like that, I look at that too, because I do want, like, one thing I want is a show. So if I have the ability to make sure that the stage is set up in a creative way, or like to kind of express my music and enhance my performance to like another level, then I'll definitely try and make sure I tweak those things the more successful I get in my career. But as of right now, I make sure I navigate the room comfortably and have confidence and interact with the crowd. And to get into that bag, I kind of have to do more and more shows, so now it's second nature for me.
Okay. Now, in terms of because I was talking about earlier, like SoundCloud events and connecting with other artists. In terms of you guys, what have you guys found some of the best ways for you guys to, maybe is it Instagram or DM in terms of you guys building connections with other artists that could potentially lead to you guys, jumping on a track in the future? Is it, you guys go to parties? Is it just in the DM, or hey, you know what, I really like that song, you repost? Like, what is it for you guys in terms of making those connections with other artists?
You gotta just kind of expand your network in any way. Whatever avenues there are to reach somebody, use them. Email, tagging someone, commenting someone, DMing someone, tweeting someone, you know what I mean? Like, all these things, you have a possibility of your message or whatever being seen. So just use all those avenues that we have, right? Because now we have social media and we have all these events where people have access to top tier celebrities and like artists and whatever field, even athletes. If you want to be a basketball player, football player, like there's events where these people are there. There's like mentorship there, like accessible for all of us, really to succeed in whatever we want to do. So there's all those avenues. Just use them to whatever extent you need to. Don't feel like you're annoying anybody, because at the end of the day, it's your life. Like, how bad do you want it? You know?
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. So any, you guys are going to be, releasing your EP soon, obviously. Any other plans, any other projects, any other goals that you guys are looking to accomplish for the rest of 2020? Because, we're in March, as quick as March has come around. We still got the rest of the year, but besides this EP, anything else you guys want to talk about in terms of projects or anything you guys can talk about, I should say, right now?
I'll say this EP, we're really excited to put it out.
There we go, 100%.
But after this EP, some more crazy stuff's coming after this EP from both of us individually. Like right now, we're collabing on this EP to make sure you guys can get a dose of like who we both are. Like, you know what I mean? Like different styles and what we did, like creatively.
Ah, creative. Okay, there you go.
You know, together or whatever. But after this EP's out, we have some, like, it's about to get crazier. And we made sure we took our time to build more of a catalog ready to put it out for you. So when we do put this EP out, we don't slow up. Like, after this EP is...
Foot's on the gas, man.
Yeah, exactly. No stopping. I want to ask you this because I've always wondered this about. I guess it may vary, but depending on who you're talking to. But for example, this project, or when you're sitting down and creating an EP, is there, do you guys set aside a certain amount of time? This EP is going to take me 3 months, or you kind of just go based on the how quickly you guys work and the EP is done in a month, or is it kind of just
I'll be honest with you. For me and him to get an EP done, it would take a week.
Really?
If we had the studio space for 7 days, me and him will be able to wrap up an EP in a week.
Our first session together, we knocked out a banger. Like, when you guys see it, the visuals and hear the song, it's the first song we did together. Okay. And that's when we were like, okay, we have to do like a project or something, because that was way too easy.
Yeah.
And every session, it was just like another one. How many sessions we had? Like 4 recording sessions, no? Yeah, 4 recording sessions. 4 songs,
4 recording sessions.
Yeah.
Wow. So pretty much just a song.
That's crazy. It's really easy. So if we had 7 full days and studio access, we'd come out with.
I would have came out with a whole album, man.
Yeah, like
a double album.
Two-sided disc.
Yeah, bro.
Now, in terms of when you guys are writing and spitting on the mic in the studio, do you guys just go off the top of your head? Or do you guys write stuff down? How does that process look like?
It's kind of a mixture of both. Like, we'll hear the beat and like we'll have things pre-written in our head or whatever, and then we kind of like just go in the studio and do some melodies and then try and piece together words after. Or we have the beat from like maybe a day or 2 days before, and then we be at the house just like writing some shit down or whatever. But it's like a mixture of everything, really. Whatever makes it sound the best, really,
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Now, for people out there who they want to check out more of your music, for both you guys, they want to, learn more about you, follow you, stay up to date, maybe, come to a show, where can they find you guys at? You guys want to show us?
What camera do I look into?
You can look at that one over there. Yeah.
Kysean, Kysean, on everything, on all streaming platforms. I'll pop up. And on social media platforms, Kysean, the Don, Thedon, So you can find me over there.
Reeko?
For me, Reeko Rieffe on all platforms, on Instagram, Twitter, all of that. It's Reeko Rieffe, Reeko Rieffe.
Awesome. Now, I just want to play a little quick rapid fire question game with you guys to wrap up here. Nothing crazy, just going to ask you guys a couple questions. Quick rapid fire responses, kind of first thing that comes to your mind. So do you guys, it's like here, do you guys prefer Miami or Los Angeles?
LA.
LA, okay.
Never been to either.
Okay.
Yo, just now,
I don't know
still.
yet. I don't know yet. I
Just now.
have to decide next year.
All
I'll let you
right,
know.
favorite movie?
First Beatles Day Off.
Oh, that's a good choice. You, Keyshawn? I'm putting you on the spot here. I know.
It's rapid, bro.
Blank.
All right, okay, what's the last movie you saw?
Bad Boys 3
Was that good?
was fire.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna check that one out. Are you guys candy or chocolate?
Candy.
Candy?
Candy.
Okay, and last one, favorite holiday?
Christmas.
My birthday.
Hey, there. both are good. That's funny. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. It was good having you guys on,
Thank you for having
chopping
me.
it up. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate your time and attention. If you guys want to stay updated on everything Real Collective, we'll make sure to leave all our socials in the description box below, along with Keyshawn's and Reeko's socials as well. If you guys want to check out their stuff. No, it's all right. If you guys want to check out their
Loaded up
stuff,
the mic,
thanks,
bro.
guys, and we'll catch you guys soon. Appreciate you guys coming on, honestly. It was good talk.
The quick chick still, the man came
There
with
we
a
go.
sick.
Was that, how long was that? 25 minutes. Okay, all right, good. That's okay.
Man came with the.
Yeah. That's where I was gauging at keeping it. So
Very organized. How you go
you.
with the questions, measure.
honestly, though, I
sick.
was literally just doing everything.